find Steve Springer. Had a chance to play with him in the minor leagues. Right now, he is a scout for the Toronto Blue Jays, and he is in charge of scouting the Angels system top to bottom. But mainly, I want to find out from him about the other main things he does and what is it like to come to the ballpark and see ball players.
Well, it's been awesome. I mean, I live in Huntington Beach. It's been, I grew up an Angel fan, so I'm pulling for the Angels unless you're playing the Blue Jays. But it's been great. I played for 14 years. I was lucky enough to get to the big leagues. I got 2 hits in each league and about 1,600 minor league hits. So I was sort of a legend in the wrong league, but I've made a career out of it. I've been scouting now for about 15 years and started with the Diamondbacks, and I came over to the Blue Jays I actually scout the California Angels whole system. So I know your whole system inside and out. We do trades and stuff like that. It's a great system.
When you consider the Blue Jays and how much they've expanded their scouting the last couple of seasons, how advantageous will that be now and in the future?
Well, that's what we're hoping. We're trying to get multiple looks on different players. Instead of maybe, seeing a guy 2 times, you might see him 3 or 4. We feel that scouting and player development is going to lead us to where we want to be, and that's obviously win the World Series. And I've been with the Blue Jays for 3 years. I'm still trying to figure out who the idiot is. I mean, everybody's a pretty good guy, and everybody wants the same thing. And Alex Anthopoulos is outstanding, and Tony LaCava, who brought me over, and it's been really good.
What is it like for you now to see, a Blue Jay icon in some ways, and Vernon Wells wearing the Angels uniform?
Vernon, I don't know him that well. I know him a little bit, and any time you ever talk to anybody, you hear class and just a great person, and he's a good player, and yeah, probably didn't get out to the start that he wanted, but he's the least of the problems because he's gonna be fine.
Now let's talk about the system itself, and how do you grade a kid that just signed out of college as he progresses to the minor league system? What are you grading tools-wise, mentally-wise, approach-wise, and all that?
Well, it's sort of a, there's difference between a high school and a college sign, and the maturity, what we're looking for. We're obviously looking for the tools. I personally, I'm a big, is this guy a gamer? I want gamers. I want the Peter Borgeses on my team, the Mark Trumbos, the Hank Connors, the guys that I know that are going to get after it. I'm looking for the great competitor. That's part of the thing that I do with the Blue Jays. They've hired me to work on the mental side with all our minor league players. And I made a CD talking about the mental side of hitting. It's called Quality at Bats. I had it out about 10 years. It's been a blessing. It's been, it's probably hotter now than it's ever been. There's the word's getting out that, what I talk about and trying to help these kids get out of their own way. It's huge. I mean, the most evil thing in baseball, buddy, the thing that destroys more young kids than anything in the game, hands down in my opinion, is the batting average. I can't have a goal where I can do everything right and go 0 for 4. And when you really chew on that statement, when you really break that down, I hit 4 rockets right on the screws, hit it as hard as I could hit it. I beat the pitcher. Right? The pitcher knows I beat him. The pitcher's mom knows I beat him. And I lose confidence because my batting average went down. And so what I try and teach our system, and even young kids in college and high school that are getting my CD, is how do I be a great competitor 5 times a night, right? How do I walk up to the plate with confidence every single at bat? Well, in my opinion, you better have an attainable goal. And if you can do 4 things every single day, your career is going to be good. Walk to the plate with confidence, with an attainable goal to hit the ball hard, attack the inside part of the ball, and help your team win, buddy.
We're visiting with Steve Springer, scout for the Blue Jays organization, former Major League player himself, in fact, a former Indian farmhand in his playing days. And talk about the mental side and evaluating the mental side, the batting average. What are the other things that get in the way of a young player progressing?
Well, yeah, too many players let their mind get in the way of their ability. And that's why I'm trying to simplify this thing. And for me, it really, really, really comes back to the batting average. It's crazy when I'm convinced that Abner Doubleday invented the batting average so pitchers could have a chance. Because if he said success was just hitting the ball hard, they're sort of in trouble. That's an attainable goal. I could do that. But since you're 5 years old, since the history of the game, when we played, every first word out of everybody's mouth when we came home, hey, what'd you hit? What'd you hit? Well, I know the batting average is never going to go away, but can I please get you to walk the plate with confidence 5 times a night, right? And that's what my whole goal is. And I updated my CD. I have a new CD out called Q2, and it's updated version, and I'm just getting, really, really good feedback from a lot of players, a lot of college coaches, and it's been awesome.
At which level is it good for the parents, coaches to recognize the kid's ability to just play the game, have fun as they progress, and get evaluated differently? To just break it down and simplify it.
What ages? I don't know what does the. My target audience, in my opinion, is a really good high school player up to college and pro baseball. I feel that my stuff is good for parents to learn. Right? We need to change what we think success is. Right? Everybody thinks success is getting a hit. It's not. Success is you walking up to the plate with confidence, with an attainable goal, hit the ball hard, and help your team win. That is success. And if you get 9 guys on that page, if you get your little son to, let's say you have a good 12-year-old travel ball kid, and when he comes home from a game, maybe you couldn't be there. It's not how many hits did you get. It's how many good at-bats did you have. So we need to change what we think success is. And it's not the batting average, buddy. When you break that statement down, I can do everything right and go 0 for 4. That's crazy. I mean, when we really think about that, be a great competitor. Help your team win. That's the bottom line.
You talk about gamers, and of course there's so many tools used in scouting that we get away from just, the big third baseman with power, the big first baseman, the guy that can fly at 95 miles an hour. Describe to me, in a scout's eyes, what is a gamer?
What is a gamer? That's a good question. It's that guy that has intensity every single day. It's that Dustin Pedroia, I mean, that's another thing with parents. I get all these questions. Hey, is my son too small? Oh, what's Dustin Pedroia? 6'5"? This guy's 5'7". He's one of the best players in the game, right? So you don't have to be tall to play this game of baseball. That's the beautiful thing about it, right? And we all have a little vision about what a gamer is. And for me, a gamer is that great competitor day in and day out. The guy that's a team player. When you play for the name on the front of the jersey, the guy in the back gets better. The name, the guy, you. When you play for the guy in the back, the team suffers.
Awesome stuff. Steve Springer just breaking it down, and your impression so far?
I enjoy it. I wish I could play the game now because I'd probably hit about .056, and the average wouldn't be that important to me.
But you had a lot of quality at bats, right?
That's right.
But really, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Even now with the scoreboards and stuff like that, you wouldn't imagine how many players do say, I wish they just wouldn't show my batting average up there because it does become a distraction sometimes. But as they say, you got to hang with them. They're everywhere. You can't escape it. Well, this is Angels today, and then when we come back, we'll have our fan greeting. And if you want to be part of that fan greeting, you can call 877-830-8727 and hear your voice.